मौनं व्याख्या प्रकटितपरब्रह्मतत्त्वं युवानं वर्षिष्ठान्ते वसदृशिगणैरावृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दरूपं स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे यन्नित्यमानन्दमनन्तमेकं शिवेति नाम्ना श्रुतयो गृह्णन्ति तस्यावतारो नररूपधारी कृपासुदाब्धि भुवि रामकृष्णः जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रुत्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। रामाय रामचन्द्राय रामभद्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। सत्यव्रतं सत्यपरं त्रिसत्यं सत्यस्य योनिं निहितं च सत्ये सत्यस्य सत्यं मृतसत्यनेत्रं सत्यात्मकं त्वां शरणं प्रपन्नाः। यस्यात्मभूतस्य गुरोः प्रसादात् अहं विमुक्तोऽस्मि शरीरबन्धात् सर्वोपदेष्टुः पुरुषोत्तमस्य तस्याङ्घ्रियुग्मं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्। धर्मे रथाः सत्पुरुषैः समेताः तेजस्विनो दानगुणप्रधानाः अहिंसका वीतमलाश्च लोके भवन्ति पूज्या मुनयः प्रधानाः। Bhagavan Ramji is arguing that Veda is Pramanam. Vedic revelations are truthful ones. The proof for their trustworthiness is people who have discovered this have lived the life as they discovered. Very life of the Rishis and Mahatmas are the proof for the validity of the Shastra. If a person does not understand that Veda is Pramanam, that Veda is a valid source of knowledge, and if a person does not make use of this Vedic revelation in his day-to-day life, his life will be a curse to himself and to others. His life will be a burden to himself and to others. His life will be a life of slavery, a life of sensuality, a life which is body-centered. How can you say there are so many people who don't know that existence of Veda at all? How can you say if you don't understand that Veda is a pramanam, a source of knowledge, and if you don't use the Vedic revelation, the life will be a curse, a slavery, a burden? How can you say if somebody asks? Ramji says, in the absence of Veda Pramanam, that person's life will be guided by three factors. That person is left to be guided by three factors. In the absence of Vedic Pramanam, the person's life will be guided by three factors. One factor is that individual's ignorant mind. That ignorant mind is the one factor. Ignorant and whimsical mind is the first factor which is going to guide his life. Second factor is dissatisfied and unsatisfiable sense organs. Whatever sense organs wants, that will be the guidance. That will be the a way for his life. Then third one is ignorant and selfish society. If there is no Veda as a guiding factor in one's life, then the person is left with other three factors. One is his own ignorant and whimsical mind. Another one is his own sense organs which is dissatisfied and unsatisfiable. Third one is ignorant and selfish society. When these three factors guide human life, then the life will be what? Life will be entirely devoted to materialistic pursuits. Because no one can even talk about the existence of higher existence, existence of Swarga, existence of higher life. No one can even talk without the Veda Pramana, without scriptural revelation. No one even talk. None of our sense organs, our mind reveal that there is an existence of some higher lokas, and a person should strive, and a person should go beyond his sensory life. All these teachings are possible only when a person makes use of this Veda Pramanam. Once the Veda Pramana is absent in that person's life, that life will be what? A life of sensuality, a life of what we call body-centered one. Not only that, there will not be any noble intention, there will not be any noble or higher direction for his life. So whole life will be spent in what? Earning and spending. Whole life will be spent in earning and spending, because the physical body and the mind which we are having is always demanding something. Is always demanding something from the childhood onwards, starting from hunger, varieties of hunger. You have to go on put something in that ahuti. Every sense organ all the time give this, don't give this, don't give this. All the time the sense organs are demanding. All the time the mind, individual's mind is always want something, reject something, want something, reject something. Whatever is comfortable to that physical body, mind wants. Whatever is not comfortable for that physical existence, mind doesn't want. Therefore, the entire life will be what? Spent on protecting the body by earning and spending. It is like catching a tail of a tiger. A person is inside, he was just walking in the forest. Suddenly he encountered a tiger. Initially he was afraid, finally he found that it is impossible to run away from this tiger. So somehow I could manage. I should manage somehow from this. So what he did, he somehow caught hold of the tiger tail. So naturally tiger's mouth cannot reach tiger's tail. This fellow is at the end of the body of the tiger. So it is running. Running for what? To catch its tail, because the tail is tied with a human body. So the tiger is running. And how the run will be? It will be circle. Okay? You have to imagine. You have to imagine. See, suppose tiger wants to catch its tail. How it should catch? It should bend. Okay? So the tail is tied with human body. So tiger is trying to catch it through mouth. So this fellow will not accept tiger catching his body. This fellow will not accept. So he also runs. Now, how much time you can run? Tiger will not get exhausted. Tiger has practice of running 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers in a day. So this fellow, not even 3 kilometers he walked so far. So he got exhausted. Now he cannot leave the tiger tail. At the same time he cannot catch hold of the tiger tail. He has to catch hold of the tiger's tail. He has to run along with the tiger round and round and round and round. If he leaves the tiger tail, tiger will be pouncing on him. So puli vala pudicha kada. It is like a person who caught hold of the tiger's tail. Same is our human life. Neither we can avoid all these demands from the sense organs and mind, nor we can satisfy all the demands of sense organs and mind. Neither we can avoid, neither we can conquer, nor we can avoid. So the life will be what? A life of slavery, a life of burden. Imagine the person who is rounding, catching hold of the tiger's tail. Eppoda in the puli nikkum. This fellow will think, when this tiger will stop? Bhagavan, when this tiger will stop? It will never stop. Because it is hungry. It wants to pounce upon you. Similarly, when these sense organs and mind will stop demanding, it will never stop. Najat kama kamana upabhogena shamyati. Like a fire which can never be quenched by pouring ghee or petrol, similarly, this mind and sense organs can never be satisfied by providing their demands. Therefore, entire life will be a life of what you call slavery. Not only it is a life of slavery, boring also. All the time you have to eat and eat and eat same idli, same dosa, same rava dosa. You put one type of name, but what it is? Nothing but wheat or rice. You like it or not, something you have to put it. And you like it or not, same type of mega serial, same type of duet song, only actors and actresses are changing. And 40 years before you saw some actor and actress doing a duet song. Now they have become big people. Now again what is the cinema? Same story, same dish in, same boring it will be. Whatever is repeated will create boredom. Whatever is repeated will not give any sensation. That's why person wants new things, but old thing only is there. It is given in a new packet and a new brand. That's all. Even the news is also, which you are getting from the media, same news only. So many people killed, so many people destroyed, he cheated, told lie, and like this only same thing. 40 years before, same news. You can read in newspapers, 50 years before one column they will put. In Hindu they put. Same. Nothing new. Only names are changed. Who have done, the name is changed. So it will not only be a slavery, it will be a boring. Not only it will be a boring, it will create anxiety also. All the time I am eating jalebi, jangri, Mysore pak, like that. Where doctors are telling, you will get sugar. Will I get sugar? Will I get sugar? Will I get sugar? So, anxiety over future, fearfulness over future, and miserable life. It will be a life which is body-centered, will be a miserable life. A person who denies the Veda Pramana in his life, he doesn't have any option other than living for body's sake. Because why should I be a dharmic person? Why should I follow values? If I follow values, I am losing so many things. In day-to-day life, if I follow values, I lose so many things. I lose promotion. If I follow values, I am punished. If I tell lie, I am rewarded. The more the lie, the more the bigger lie, more the absurd lie, more the consistent lie becomes a rewarding factor. Same thing you tell consistently, like media walas tell, na? Consistently same thing they tell. So it becomes, people start thinking, oh, it may be right, it may be right, it may be right. Then it is right, it is right. It is the only right. So Ramji says, a life without Vedic Pramanam will be a life of sensuality, because he doesn't have any other higher goals in life. Not only that, second point is, if human being is governed by these three factors. What are the three factors? Ignorant and whimsical mind, dissatisfied and unsatisfiable sense organs, and ignorant and selfish society. If these are governing human life, then the question comes, what is proper, what is improper? You cannot determine. Because everyone will say, this is proper. According to his convenience, he will tell, this is proper. So who will fix the scale, what is proper, what is improper? Say for example, Indian culture says, chastity is the proper thing for human society. Somebody says, chastity doesn't have anything to do with human society. Extramarital relationship is okay. What is that extramarital relationship? What is that extramarital relationship? You can have that sensory pleasures without having a commitment. Without having a commitment, you can have sensory pleasures. One person says, you should not have sensory pleasures without having a commitment. The person who argues for chastity, he argues on the basis of Vedic teaching. Because Veda says, chastity is, brahmacharya is most important thing in person's quality of life. Like Satyam, chastity is most important thing. And this other group says there is no connection between quality of life and chastity. You can go ahead without commitment called marriage. You can go ahead, you can have sensory pleasures. And now new group has come. You need not go ahead only with opposite gender, you can go ahead with a same gender also. This is another group, newly are coming. Okay? Where they get this pramana, I don't know. We don't know. But there are people who argue there is no need for opposite gender also for this pleasure. You can go ahead with a same gender. Now we have to determine what is proper, what is improper. What should I follow? Because three groups are there. One group says, commit yourself, then go for this. Second group says, you need not commit. Before marriage also you can have. After marriage with another person also you can have with opposite gender. Third group says, there is no need for opposite gender at all. Same gender you can have. Now what is which way I should go? Because mind cannot avoid, the normal mind cannot avoid this desire, fulfillment of this particular desire. Mind cannot avoid the fulfillment of this particular desire. Janma after janma, this desire is pursued as rat, as cat, as donkey, as dog. This particular pursuit, what is that? Having pleasure through relating with the opposite gender. So mind will not tell I don't want. Sense organs also have weakness for this. That's why nobody teaches this one. People teach history, philosophy and other thing. Nobody teaches this one particular pursuit. Nobody teaches. And society and lawmakers, media and other people say, what is called? It's not an offense. Law says, Indian law says, you can have it without marriage. You can have it without marriage, provided with the consent of the another person. He or she can be without marriage, but with consent. There is no need for marriage relationship. And media says one more step ahead, you need not have opposite gender at all. You can have any with any person. And it is popularly accepted opinion also. Now Veda says chastity is the scale of person's quality. How much one person is chaste is the person's scale of person's quality. If chastity is not there, what is the loss? What is the loss? Big loss. But simply, if anybody can understand, if there is no chastity between the male and female, the loss is children will not have parental affection. Children will lose their parent. Simple. Correct? Any logical mind can understand, if father is not committed to mother, if mother is not committed to father, who is at loss? Child is at loss. Child wants mother, child wants father, but father is interested in another person, mother is interested in another person. Then what happens? There is no possibility of family at all, parental love at all. A child which is born and brought up without parental love and care. And a society wherein children who are rejected by the parents. A society wherein children who are rejected by parents, who are deprived of their parental love, what type of society? That's why when you analyze the criminal records of any criminal, the people say, who have analyzed this, psychiatrists say, that the person was criminalized during his childhood or adulthood days, because there was no person to take care and love. Therefore, one should understand, just because somebody says it is right, or just because the group of people say it is right, or just because the local lawmakers say that it is right, or just because media people say it is right, one should not accept it as a right thing or proper thing. One should have a scale. One should have a scale and verify the scale whether the scale is proper scale, whether the scale is given by somebody who has gone beyond all these petty things. The scale should be given by someone who has gone beyond all these things. Suppose somebody brings you a tonic bottle. If it is given by a mother, the child can happily take. If it is given by a medical representative, both are tonic. Medical representative sells his tonic for what sake? Not for child's sake, but for his salary sake. Mother also hands over this tonic bottle to the child. For what sake? Not for sales sake, not for salary sake, but for the welfare of the child. Similarly, Ramji says, if something has come from a person or from a group of persons who are dharme rataha satpurushaihi sametaha tejasvinaha dana guna pradanaha ahimsakaha vitamalaha pujyaha. If it is given by someone who revel in dharma, who don't revel in bhoga, someone who is always sought after by noble people, someone who never hurts anyone, someone who doesn't have any impurity in his mind, any selfish acts to grind, any selfish motive, if he doesn't have, then he is an object of our worship and reverence, and his word should be scale for higher quality life. If you are an intelligent person, you will take their footsteps. Ramji says, if you are intelligent person, thinking person, keeping all these arguments in your mind, you will go by their footsteps. You will verify, then you can have the right to reject. Without verifying, if you reject, you will be called as a idiot. A person who rejects something without even perceiving what it is, he will be a foolish person. Japali, whether you are going to accept a Veda as Pramanam or not, I am intelligent person. He is talking to Jabali Rishi. Ramji was talking to Jabali Rishi. Jabali, whether you are going to accept Veda as Pramanam, whether the scale given by the Mahatmas and Rishis are the scale for human life, whether you accept or not, I am intelligent person, therefore I am going to live my life according to that scale only. Ramji says, Santushta panchavargoham lokayatram pravahaye akuhaha shaddadanaha san karya vichakshanaha. Being an intelligent person, I am following the footsteps of great people, and because of following their footsteps, I am fulfilled one. This is the certificate one can give to oneself and one can give to the scale given by the Veda Pramana. Here Ramji says, I am santushtaha. I am a fulfilled person. How? No external calamity can shake me. What more external calamity can come to a person than the calamity which came to Rama? This day they told, you are going to be the king tomorrow. Next day they say, you are not only denied of your kingship, you don't have right to exist in this country at all. What more calamity? Still, I am not shaken. No external situation, no external calamity can shake me, because nothing is there to gain, nothing is there to lose. Therefore, I am santushtaha. How you became santushtaha? How you became santushtaha? Ramji says, Akugaha, Shraddadanaha, Karya Chakshanaha, San Aham Santushtaha Asmi. Without any deception in my life, in my life, Shraddadhanaha, Shastra Acharya Vakyeshu, Shraddadhanaha, having Shraddha in the veracity and validity of the Vedic Pramanam, Karya Vichakshanaha, my acceptance or faith in Vedic Pramanam is not based on a blind belief, it is a verified one, and I become a Karya Vichakshanaha, a man of discrimination of proper and improper things. With these three qualities, Aham Santushtaha Asmi. I am a fulfilled one. I am a happy person. Not only I am a happy person, I am also a happy person. Others can say, we are also a happy person. No, your happiness is time-bound happiness. One cinema, one ice cream, one childbirth, everything is what? Time-bound happiness. Next day or next moment, your face will show whether you are happy or not. Ramji says, my happiness, my fulfillment is unconditional one. Santushtaha san lokayatram pravahe. This lokayatra means this life, the travel call, this human life is going happily, continuously. I am fulfilled one for the entire life. Thus, by following the footsteps of great ones, by following Satyam in life, Ramji says, how I am fulfilled one, I will tell now. How my life is fulfillment, how my life is fulfilled, what is the meaning of fulfillment in life? Ramji says, by following the footsteps of great Mahatmas, by following truthfulness in my life, I live a life without guilt and conflicts. The palpable, tangible proof for fulfillment is what? A life which doesn't have guilt and conflicts. Then I live a life without hurting others. A fulfilled person can never harm others. Another tangible proof for fulfillment is what? A life without hurting others. Third tangible proof for my fulfillment is I have alam buddhihi, I have bus buddhihi. In Hindi, bus they will tell. When you go on feed, not English bus, Hindi bus. Okay, if you go on feed a guest, he will tell little more, enough. You are forcing him one more. One time he will tell, enough. He will tell. Otherwise he will tell, enough. He will cry, enough. Please leave me. No more place. Correct? What is the tangible proof for fulfillment? Absence of desire. Absence of desire is one tangible proof. Not hurting others is another tangible proof. Not having guilt and conflicts are another tangible proof. Ramji says, I live a life without guilt and conflicts, a life without hurting others, a life without desires. Fourth one is, I live a life of personal satisfaction and personal honor. Maryada Purushottam. I am a respectable person for myself. What a statement it is, It's a very grand statement. I am a respectable person for myself. Everyone expects respect from others. Why The basic psychology is, I am not a respectable person for me. Therefore, I want to fill that gap, whether I respect me or not. At least others should respect. If I respect myself, I don't expect respect from others. That's the psychology. If I know that I am beautiful one, will I put fair and lovely on my face? If I know that I am already fair and lovely, from another standpoint, even though my skin color is black, still I am fair and lovely if I know. If I know I am acceptable person to myself, will I expect acceptance from others? Ramji says, my life is satisfied and acceptable to myself. Therefore, my life is a fulfilled life. My lifestyle is going to be a blessing to the society. A life without guilt and conflicts, a life without desires, a life without hurting others, a life with personal honor and satisfaction, a life with fulfillment is a life of blessing to the society. Understand? So, Ramji says, not only it will be a blessing to the society, lakhs and lakhs of years, people are going to talk about this life. This life will be a model life. This life will be a model life. Scale. My life will be a scale which is going to measure others' life. Therefore, Ramji now concludes. Naiva loba na mohadva na chajnana tamonvitaha setum satyasya bhetsyami guroho satya pratishavaha. Why a person gives up values? Three factors are there. One factor is ignorance, that he doesn't know that it is going to help him. Following truthfulness is going to help him. He doesn't know. One factor may be. Second factor is confusion. Which is more valuable? Confusion with regard to not coffee and tea. Confusion with regard to which is more valuable? Because he wants his spouse to be truthful. At the same time, he doesn't want to be truthful to his spouse. Here is a confusion. He wants his spouse to be truthful one. But at the same time, this fellow tries to compromise with truthfulness. Here, confusion. Not that he doesn't know. He knows it. But still there is a confusion. Confusion with regard to whether the thing which I am going to get by violating this truthfulness is a grand one or sticking to committed person is grand one. There is a confusion. He wants his electrician to be truthful. Okay. So he says, bill properly, don't tell lie in your bill, then I will be at loss. Okay. But at the same time, he bills extra. Now, there is a conflict in his mind. So extra 10 rupees comes to me. See, this is valuable or the truthfulness is valuable? There is a confusion. Moha. Then third one is greediness. There is no confusion. He knows that it is wrong. There is no confusion. That wrong is known as wrong. Very clear. But still, I want that. Greediness. So, ajnanadva, mohadva, lobhadva, manushyaha asatya jivanam karoti. A person violates values in his life either due to ignorance. This happens when we were at childhood days. Child doesn't know what is truth, what is not truth. So out of fear for mother's beating, if a child comes late, why you are late? When mother asks, child says what? Something lie. It doesn't know. Ajnana. Then moha, confusion, whether it is proper or improper. Then third one is lobha. Bhagavan here says, these are all the qualities of tamoguna. Tamonvitaha san ajnani mohi lobhi bhavati. A person who is a tamoguna pradhani, embodiment of tamoguna. Tamoguna means what? There are three types of guna, three types of temperaments. One is sattva, another is rajas, third one is tamas. Human mind, human behavior, human thinking, human life is governed by these three properties called sattva, rajas, tamas. If sattva is more in a person's mind, that mind will be, that time or that mind will be what? A clear mind, calm mind, happy mind. Morning 7 o'clock, this happiness is there after prayer. Then afterwards what? When he comes out, if his coffee is not given, immediately what? Angry mind, rajas. Then when he comes back after duty, he is all tired and he wants to go to sleep. That time is what? Tamas. There is no pursuit of knowledge in tamas. Full of pursuit of knowledge is in sattva. In between is called rajas. Bhagavan here says it is completely covered mind. Tamonvitaha ajnanihi mohi lobhi bhavati. But I am not going to be like that. I am a sattva pradhanaha. Therefore, naiva lobhat, na mohadva, na cha ajnanadva, satyasya setum na bhetsyami. Either for greediness or with confused mind or with ignorant mind, I am not going to violate. Setum na bhetsyami means I don't want to break the bridge. What is that bridge? The Satya bridge called Satya. What is that bridge? Where it is going to connect with you? Because it is going to connect me with the eternity, with fulfillment. The Satya is going to connect me with fulfillment, with personal honor, with what we call ahimsa, with a free life without any guilt and conflicts. So therefore, Guroho Satyasya Setum na bhetsyami. That means only a dull-witted, ignorant, confused and greedy person can violate Satyam. Whoever leads a untruthful life, according to Ramji, is a dull-witted person, idiot. And he is an ignorant, he is a confused person and a greedy person. After all these talks also, arguments also, somebody says, what to do, Swami? You are talking from this stage. You have to come and live in a society. Then you can say, if a person argues, Ramji says, may the Lord bless you. May the Bhagavan bless you. And that blessing will be in the form of clarity of thinking. May the Lord bless you. Dirghayushman Bhava. You might have heard this, okay? Dirghayushman Bhava. This is a blessing, okay? From elders, from teachers, from sannyasins, you get this blessing. Dirghayushman Bhava. Dirghayushman Bhava means what? May you live long life. Correct? Okay. There is a problematic meaning for this blessing. If you live a life of dharma, that life will be a long life of dharma. Correct? If you live a life of dharma, that life will be a long life of dharma. A long life of dharma will be what? A long life of fulfillment, a long life of personal honor, a long life of freedom from guilt and conflicts. Okay? If it is a adharmic life, the Swami says, the elder says, Dirghayushman Bhava. And the life is what? That Ayush is what? Adharmik Ayush. Then what is the meaning, you know? May you live long life of conflicts and guilt. May you live a long life of dissatisfaction. May you live a long life deprived of personal honor. May you live long and go through all painful experience and discover this fact that Satyameva Jayate by going through all these experiences in your life. If you little bit think, you can learn the same teaching from another person's life. So which one is intelligent? You tell. Fire burns. This is the knowledge. Fire burns. This is the knowledge. How to get this knowledge? There are two ways. One is learning from someone who has put his finger and burnt. Okay? Another one is putting your own hand and learning. Which one is intelligent? Once I was asked to participate in a debate. 2 hours live debate in an English channel. The topic was whether chastity is a necessity before marriage. That was the topic. Brahmacharya was the topic. So I participated at the instruction of the elders. I was talking how a person's life is going to be a horrible one if he doesn't have this value called brahmacharya in his life before marriage, after marriage. Like that, how society is affected because of unchastefulness. Then it is a live debate. Anybody can ask question and counter our argument through phone. So a phone call came. The phone call asks, how Swami knows all these details of family life when he doesn't have family at all? That was the question. Then I told, it's a silly question. To know electricity gives a shock, I need not put my finger. When I have the intelligence to see that when you put your finger, you got shocked. When I have that intelligence And when Shastra is there to say how many people put the finger in the electricity board and got shocked, when Shastra is there, records are there, when I have the intelligence to learn from those past experiences of others, why should I go through that experience? Understand? So intelligence is what? When somebody teaches you with all logic, with all pramana, with all wholehearted love and affection, you should be available for learning. If you don't learn, Ramji says, may you be blessed by the Lord. May the Lord bless you. Dirghayushman bhave. Go through a long life of varieties of experiences. Very life will teach you that a life without truth is a disastrous one. So, Ramji says to Japali, Sreshtam hyanaryamev syat yad bhavan avadharyamam aha yuktikareir vakyaihi idam bhadram kurushvaha. Japali, if you say an untruthful life is sreshtam, anaryam eva sreshtam syat, adharmam eva sreshtam syat, asatyam eva sreshtam syat, Bhadram Kurushva. You follow. Why you are persuading me? I am not the person to be persuaded. I am a person with clarity. You cannot persuade me. You follow a life of untruthfulness. I have nothing to say other than praying for you, other than blessing you. Dirghayushman bhava. Bhagavan says here, ha word is a anto. அந்தோன்றாங்கல்ல தமிழ்ல, ஐயோ அப்படின்றாங்கல்ல, இந்த ஐயோ பாவன்றது இதில் தான் வந்தது. ஐயோ, ha, he uses the word ha. What a pitiable condition you are going to be in future when you don't have the intelligence to see the things as it is. Let the life experience will teach you. If you refuse to understand the great discoveries of great people, I cannot protect you. If you yourself decided to suicide. If you yourself decided to suicide, no one, including God, cannot protect you. If you yourself had decided to destroy yourself, may the Lord bless you. Dirghayushman bhava. I pray for your welfare. This is the argument. You have to go back to the entire argument. Satyameva jayate, satyavaneva jayati. In personal life, how he wins? What is the success in personal life? That personal life is a life of satisfaction, a life of personal honor and dignity, a life, a free life from guilt and conflicts. This is the personal success. Social success is what? Social success is a life of truth alone is respected by the society. That is why those who commit mistakes, they also say, we don't commit this mistake. Correct? Any person who is caught red hand, what he says? We never did it. These are all politically motivated. Everybody says, I have not done, I have not done. Even after doing such a heinous crime. After being punished, the person who has committed this heinous crime, he says, I beg mercy plea. Mercy plea. Mercy plea means what? I accept that I have committed, but what to do? I am also a human being. I have committed this crime. Please forgive me. Can this type of life, asking for mercy plea from every person? Suppose husband violates his truthfulness. Wife finds out that. Okay? Wife finds out somehow. Then wife naturally she will scold, and you know what will happen in family. Then what this person husband says, sorry, 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 sorry. Even little bit violation also will create sorry. Suppose husband and wife are going on the road, and this husband is seeing some other person. Wife has observed that. Then she is not talking anything. Hey, what happened? You have not talked. Silently you are coming. This mother is not ready to open the mouth, because when she knows that if I open the mouth now, then Pralaya will be there on the road. Let him come to house, let him come to house. So then up to a house, then they are both are silent. And in between, this person's mind is dub, 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 dub. What happened? She is, while going from home, she was very happy. Now she has become like this. Then he asks, what happened? What happened? How can you see what I saw? You saw? I saw so many things. About seeing what you are perturbed. I saw so many things. You saw that girl. Which girl? That girl. No, I never saw. No, you saw. I have taken photo also. Mobile is there nowadays. Mobile is there. So when she shows that, red hand way you are caught, then what you say? Sorry, sorry, sorry. What life it is. Asking sorry from every person in life. What life it is. What honor is there. So, Ramji says, lot of things are there. I should not tell much, because you may ask how you know about family life. Lot of things are. And everybody knows what Ramji talks is so sensible, so logic, so chaste. So, Ramji has concluded. How he concluded? I want to live a life of freedom from guilt and conflicts, a life of personal dignity, a life of personal satisfaction, a life of honor and respect from the society, a life wherein I should not ask sorry to any person. Then third one is a life of ahimsa, hurting no one in the society. I should live a model life, a life of blessing to the other human beings and to the society. If you are not interested in this quality life, what is my answer? May the Lord bless you. Dirgha Ayushman Bhava. Now, Ramji comes to personal condemnation. So far he was talking about principles. Okay, he was trying to explain to Jabali Rishi how your arguments are wrong. The argument which is based on materialistic enjoyments alone is life is not a proper argument. There is higher life for human being, and there is higher existence for human being. All these things after talking, now he wonders how my father, who happened to be an embodiment of truth, who happened to be an astikaha, who has sacrificed even his own son for the sake of one promise. He could have simply killed his wife, Kaikeyi. Because when promise was given to wife, nobody was there as even witness. Even Kaikeyi has forgotten. Only she was reminded by Mantara. That promise was forgotten by the receiver. Dasharatha would have killed. By deception, when she has demanded, when Kaikeyi demanded, by deception, the Dasharatha could have told, all right, my dear, don't worry, everything will be done. Now take this milk. In that milk poison he could have given. But my father knows, even though I cheat the entire world, I cannot cheat myself. I will be the witness for the untruth action. Therefore he was ready to give up his own dear son, even after knowing that in my absence he is going to die. And how such a person kept you as a minister in his court. Because minister means what? Counseling person. And you appear to be a Mahatma because you have big dadi. Dadi means beard. And white beard. Having bhasma, having rudraksha, having rishi type of attire and look. But still what you talk is Nastika Bhada. How can my father, who is Dharmatma, who was ready to renounce his own son for the sake of Satyam, who was a Vaidika, who followed Veda Marga, kept you as his minister? How can he keep a Nastika as his minister? That was the condemnation. This is the only place where Ramji scolds an elder. He has not scolded even a person who asked to go to forest. Kaikeyi asked to go to forest. Kaikeyi was scolded by everyone. except Ramji. And he has not scolded who has taken his own wife. Ravana did not get scolding from Rama. But Jabali gets scolding from Rama because Ramji was to the core a Vaidikaha, a man of values. So when someone who happened to appear as a man of value talk about violation of values is a great danger to the society. In modern society, that's what we are finding. Whom to go? Where to go? Everyone has this saffron color cloth. Everyone has beard. Whom to go? Where to go? What is spiritual life? Where is the scale? What is the Adhyatmika Jivana? Whom to go? Because after going only you are going to find out, oh, this is not Adhyatmika Jivana. If you go to Rishikesh, there will be a lot of ashramas. 6,000 ashramas are there. Many ashramas will teach yoga, standing upside down. That's what spirituality. According to them, yoga is spirituality. And some are selling medicines. This Ayurveda, this is what spirituality. Many ashramas are there. So whom to go? A person who appears to be a guiding person in society, if he is not properly enlightened, if he doesn't have values in his life, and that person is a threat to the society, therefore Ramji says, hey Japali, you happen to be a threat to the society. How my father kept you? Nindamyaham karma kritam pratistate yastvam agruhnat vishamasta buddhim buddhya anaya evam vidaya charantam sunastikam dharma pathat apedam aham nindami. I condemn my father. For what? Anaya buddhya, anaya adharma buddhya. With this adharma buddhi, nastika buddhi, dharma pathat apeda buddhi, which has violated the dharmic ways. With this buddhi, if a person is there, how this person can be kept in the court, in the assembly as a minister? How my father can do that? It is an indirect scolding to Jabali Rishi. You are appearing as a Rishi through your dress code, but you talk about Nastika. How can a Rishi talk about Nastika? Because the word Rishi means what? Rishadi Janati Atma Tattvam. Rishadi Janati Dharma Rahasya. Two type of Rishis are there. One who, both are knowledge only. Rishati means Janati. One who is a wise person with regard to what is Dharma and Adharma, and one is wise person with regard to the ultimate reality of oneself. So Bhagavan here says, either remove your dress code and declare yourself as a Nastika openly, or follow Dharma with this dress code. Ramji, who happened to be a gentle person, who happened to respect all the elders, now visibly disturbed and openly he scolds. When he is scolded, Jabali Rishi now comes out with a answer. It's a beautiful answer. Jabali Rishi says, well done, my dear child. Well done for what? Well done for what? I have scolded you, you are telling well done? Well done. Sabash Rama, you are really grand. No one, including me, can confuse you. Then Ramji was at shock. What? All these arguments you talked is just to confuse me? Just for argument's sake? Why you want to confuse me? Because I want to verify you. I want to verify you how much strong you are. I want to examine you how much strong you are. In this utmost calamity, how my Rama is so strong, so clear, so noble. That is why I was ready to put me down. I was ready to put my personality as a Nastikaha. That is going to be the reply of Japali. We will see in the next class. Ramaya Ramachandraya Ramabhadraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tatsade Sri Rama Krishnarpanamastu.